require them to undertake emissions audit, what they have done. The preliminary results of that suggest that they may be out of compliance. We have required them to develop a noise abatement action plan, which they have done, submitted to the ministry for review. The ministry has reviewed that and confirmed that that is sufficient, and they actually have implemented the noise abatement action plan. So I think the ministry has taken a number of steps towards determining if they're in compliance or not. As mentioned as well, the ministry has also required them to do additional testing to confirm whether the mitigation measures that they've taken for the noise abatement action plan, in fact, are working as suggested they should be.
And there was talk about they'd love to have you guys there when some of this is being done, but it seems to be a hands-off operation for the MOE.
So the emission audit is actually undertaken by a qualified acoustic engineer, and so that's the firm, and they have to meet all the terms and conditions as set out in the ministry's compliance protocol. So it's a very detailed process, and we have acoustic individuals that actually undertake that work. And again, and they still have to meet the requirements of the compliance protocol, and it sets out the terms and conditions under which that acoustic audit has to be undertaken.
So what are you looking for in that June report that will come in?
So we're looking for a couple of things. So we're looking for additional data because, as suggested, the preliminary data is not full and complete to meet the compliance protocol. So we're looking for additional data to hopefully meet the requirements of the compliance protocol. We're also looking for data to support the mitigation measures currently in place to determine if that, in fact, if they are in compliance based upon the mitigation measures they currently have in place.
But in the meantime, the UNIFOR turbine twirls around and may be affecting people in the area.
Well, the current mitigation is in place. So the turbine mitigation measures are in place to address that, and it has been derated to 300 kilowatts to address the potential non-compliance.
So what happens in June, so let's say if they come back with inconclusive data again, because that seems to have happened a lot over the last 5 years.
Right, so the initial report, they were having difficulty getting the different wind speeds. You have to get wind speeds, different wind directions. They've made a couple attempts at collecting this information, but it's hard to answer a hypothetical question. We'd have to look to see the quality or the quantity of data. If they have 80% of the data, then that might be enough to actually make a determination from compliance. If they have less than that, then we'll have to take a look at our compliance options at that point in time. So until we see the volume of the data submitted, it's a difficult question to answer.
But conveniently, they seem to never actually hit that amount that they need to meet compliance or not meet compliance. It seems like they always come back with just enough data just to not make that report useful.
Yeah, but you have to understand the mitigation is in place. So whether they have met the requirements of the compliance protocol or not, there is currently mitigation measures in place which they are derating the turbine to meet the a compliance protocol from a noise perspective.
Okay.